We like to have a lot of fun here. There's a lot of jokes, but I want to put my serious hat on today. We're in a new era now. We're in the era where Apple got it right. Finally, they got it right. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Second Born, Berkeley graduated, Sound Gym validated. For those of you that are new to my channel, this channel isn't for the super technical gearhead. This channel is more for the vibe that you get when you get your new piece of gear, how it sounds, what it makes you feel like, and I want to make sure that the things that I love are on your radar so that you can check them out. So I don't dig really deep into the technical specifications. I can if you guys want me to. Leave me a comment below. But mainly, this channel is so that when I come across a piece of gear or something that I think that should be on your radar, I quickly film it and I put it on your radar so it can give you an extra degree, something that you can use to help further you in your career and your passions. Here's the gear. Here's what I like about it. Here's why you should like it or not. And chop chop little onion, that's the information. So here's where I mess up. My current Mac is no slouch. I have a 2019 8-core i9 MacBook Pro, but I still run into a ton of problems when I'm mixing, when I'm mastering, when I'm editing video. It drives you crazy. It really does. So I went ahead, made a purchase for you guys. I did this for you because I wanted you guys to check this out and so you can share in the experience with me. See if this is something that's going to be useful for you. And of the 1 or 2 videos that I saw, I think that's an absolute no-brainer. It's absolutely going to be useful. So we're going to crack it open, do a quick unboxing, crack it open, let you guys take a peek, and I'll give you my first impressions. And hopefully something that I show you helps you make a decision on whether or not it's time for you to upgrade. Leave me a comment below on what you guys want to know about this computer as it relates to you and your workflow. And I'll do my best to give you guys updates in the next 2, 3, 4 videos. We'll get to it. Let's hop to it. This is the new M1 MacBook Pro 13-inch, 8 gigs of unified memory. Looks just like a MacBook Pro. The look is about the same, feels the same. Looks like it's fired off, ready to go. I got the space gray. So it has 2 ports on the side, not 4, like my 2019 MacBook Pro, and a headphone jack. The box looks good. Comes with stickers, right? And I'm gonna spend the night with it. And then I'm going to come back, I'm going to check in with you guys in the morning, and I'll let you know what my experience has been so far. And I'll leave it to you in the comment section to ask me questions and let me know what kind of update video you guys want to see. Is this going to alleviate all of my problems? Let me spend a little time with this guy, and I'll get right back to you. It's been 72 hours since I've cracked this guy open. And people aren't wrong. This is an amazing piece of hardware. Apple did get it right in a lot of respects, but is this going to replace your workhorse audio rig right now? I don't know. So I kind of want to share with you what my experience has been in the past 72 hours. Let's go. First things first, it is a big one. It's a huge one. Oh my gosh, for the first 24 hours of me having this laptop, I was just updating things. All of my plugins crashing and not being compatible, updating applications, and that's less about the MacBook itself and more about the OS, the Big Sur. Be mindful about that. If you decide to transition over, be ready for at least a 24-hour fight in compatibility, and it will affect your workflow. Battery life. Battery life is amazing. Hands down the best MacBook Pro I've ever owned as it relates to battery life. On my current MacBook Pro, I get about 3 hours of runtime while working, maybe 10 hours on standby. On this guy so far, I've been able to work 5 or 6 hours, maybe 7 hours without needing to charge it. Turning the computer on starts up fast, quick. Apps open right up. The apps are snappy. Snap, snap, snappy. Apple knows what they're doing when it comes to optimizing software with their hardware. Particularly if it's an Apple app, they've optimized their apps to run smoothly on their hardware. Obviously, anything Apple runs like butter. For the video guys out there, this is an absolute video powerhouse. Current MacBook Pro 16-inch i9. I still struggle with the renders times. I struggle with having a choppy playhead. I have not had a single issue with video on this machine yet, and that's 4K footage straight in the timeline, no proxy workflow, pure 4K footage, and I can edit it as if I were editing files that were 1/8 its size. If you're running a studio, fan noise is usually an issue when you're using a laptop. It takes a lot to push this laptop for the fan noise to kick in. I have pushed it enough. My workflow does require a lot of plugins. It requires a lot of multitasking. So fan noise, while it's not a complete issue, it takes a lot for it to kick on. It does kick on. So first audio guys, if you're running labor-intensive sessions, it's quieter, but it's still present. This MacBook is not my favorite for multitasking. I need more cores on a laptop just because I multitask so much. I usually have Google Chrome opened up. I have YouTube video playing, a Twitch video playing. I'm running a timeline in Final Cut, and I'm trying to mix a session. That's silly, I know, but it means a lot to me when I can have these things open. I am a huge multitasker. So it's not amazing for multitasking. If you're trying to do just one thing at a time, this is the best offering yet. Multitasking, not so much, not for me. In Studio One, you can bring its processing size to 4068. If you're using it without a case, if you're using it just sitting on your lap, it runs a lot cooler. It's still warm. You know, still a laptop, and especially if you're running processor-heavy applications. The two-ported design I'm not a fan of. So if you're like me, if you have a lot of hubs, a lot of dongles, things like this, if you're trying to run all this MIDI equipment, you're gonna have to get additional hubs, and that might not be fun for you. 8 cores is cool. The software is optimized for Mac, particularly Logic. All of my sessions, the ones that I can open up, first off, half of the plugins don't work on my old sessions. That's fine. So you find some replacements. You will have to make some adjustments. It's just slick, smooth, quick, responsive, and that's obviously because Apple has optimized Apple products with their hardware. But with old projects where I can run maybe 64 tracks with a ton of plugins, I'm running at about 50% of its available processing power, which is awesome. That's amazing. In theory, that means I can do at least twice as large sessions. Universal Audio has not converted over to Big Sur compatibility just yet. So that sucks because I do use an Apollo to record audio and things like this. It's my main interface, so that does suck. Compatibility is an issue on this new machine. I was hoping that my purchase of this, I could replace my current MacBook Pro. And if you're in the market for a Mac, now is the time to definitely take a look. Now is the time to consider any Mac with a new M1 processor. If you're looking for a Mac Mini, that's a great option for you because you're paying $700 to get into the world, to break into the world of the M1 processor. When you buy into the M1 processor chip now, you're getting all this increased power, which you didn't get before. This new computer, this is at $1,500, $1,500 or $1,600, and it rivals my $3,000, $3,500 16-inch MacBook Pro. And it rivals it, and in a lot of cases, it surpasses it. The key word here is value, 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 value. If it weren't for the compatibility issues, I would absolutely recommend the upgrade. If you're a professional working in audio, I would say hold off for now. I would get one of these as a second machine, maybe if you do some video editing or maybe a one-off. It's really good for traveling. It's already been leaked that next year they're coming out with the M1X chip, processor chip. That's going to be geared more toward the pro user. Lots of compatibility issues with this guy, but if you can get around, if you can work around with your plugins, any third-party plugins don't really play nice with this just yet, So there are limitations with this computer, but the implications for the future are scary good. I'll keep my eye on the Mac Pro Tower only because I do a lot of video editing and I do audio, and that machine will be more geared toward me. But if you're not doing a lot of heavy lifting on a lot of different projects, things like this is more than enough. What you're paying for versus what you're getting in return. Finally, Apple has done right with the horrific balance that was paying $2,000, $2,500 for a MacBook and being way behind on processing power. But they finally got it right with their own chip in their own MacBook Pro. I wouldn't recommend giving up your old rig just yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let them come out with the next iteration. This thing will rival even a Mac Pro. That's just one person's opinion. That's just been my personal experience so far in the last 72 hours. The first 24 hours was a bit of a nightmare, if I'm being honest. But afterwards, you could really appreciate how snappy this computer is, how quick it is, how easy it is to render audio, and how easy it is to edit video. This is the entry-level computer. But if you are in the market for a replacement, this is a great start. So that's been my experience. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any questions about the MacBook Pro, if I got it wrong, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's any tips that you have for me so that I can run some sessions on here without pulling my hair out. So that's it for now. I want to thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching. The future is scary good. In the next year or two, we'll be 100% there for a lot less money. And this will handle all of your needs for sure. I'll catch you on the next video.